Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a brand new season here at Bahrain, and it's so lovely to see you all again here. It's been a long time since we've been here. I think it was like, was the last time I commentated was January or last year? I actually can't remember how long it's been. I don't think it was January, but I think it was like in December. We've been waiting a very long time for this to start, as we are finally here for Bahrain, the season opener, which will be the season opener for the 2021 calendar for Formula 1 too, because Australia has been moved to somewhere else. But it's very nice to see. Well, we've got 6 viewers already, and let's go through some new drivers, shall we? I've seen very before. Adam Dixon, welcome. J Law, Alex Ham, Hetz Bumpy has been here. Now he's a full-time Hash driver. I will read the comments out. Farrell Fury, welcome mate. Jeroen Visser, welcome Jeroen Visser. Let's hope he has a good season. CRL Panda's back in F1 due to being into F2. Welcome Panda in the Racing Point. CRL Half changed his name. Dane's here as well. In the AlphaTauri, he's usually in the Renault. So let's see where the Renault drives. So we've got Very in the Renault, and who else is a Renault driver? Louis Ladd has been promoted to Renault. So it looks like Renault's got a good strong lineup, judging by that one. I haven't seen Very before. So let's see how his pace is here tonight. But I will read the comments out for you. And yeah, not bad start. 420 drivers grid, let's go. Am I in the party? I'm not in the game chat, am I, like I was? No, I'm in the party, thank God for that. Unfortunately, I will not have Bakke Yoga commentator with me tonight because he is off to do an esports event, which is sadly runs into our time as well. So I was supposed to do the esport event because I'm a VER driver, but CRL is more important for me as I've been commentating here for a very long time. And I will get to read your comments out because I finally got my phone. CRL Cone Racing League. It'll be a bit strange because I usually have Yoka commentator with me alongside me, but I think I can manage it on my own. Come on Chris Panda, enjoy it Jamie, thanks for having me, let's go, Nemo. Adam Dixon, you're welcome mate, nice to see you here. Hopefully you have a good debut and a good season because it was a very good season last season. And let's hope, where is he? Ferg's here tonight, isn't he? Yeah, Ferg's here in the Racing Point like he was last season. Q2 and I'll be happy boys. Let's hope for more than Q2, Alex. I think I practiced with some of these guys well in the last practice session, so I know some of their pace. Indeed Jesus was in Haas last season, now he's in Ferrari, so let's see what he can do in that team. Hetz Bompier, another Dutchman. Unfortunately we don't have Pepijn Strauss. I miss that guy, but he's in Div 2, and let's hope he can do well in Div 2. I think Div 2 starts the same, and Div 3 is already happening, isn't it? I say Div 3, I meant Tier 3. Looks like Craig is currently fastest in Q1. As you go into the qualifier session then, for the first qualifier session since a long time ago. I've got to check how long it was. Did we race in January, late January? When was the last race of the season? It was Abu Dhabi, wasn't it? Here we go, season finale for Abu Dhabi. When was that? Was that December? No, it was 2 weeks ago. It was the 14th of... It wasn't that long ago. I thought it ended a long time ago. It was only 2 weeks ago. Time runs quick. I thought it was like December time. You never know, I might get a commentator with me because I know plenty of them out there which would love to do comments with me, so I might get a co-commentator with me instead of doing it alone. And we're off for the new season then, so Q1, Q2 and Q3. This could be an interesting one. I think it's going to be an even tighter field than last season, because last season we had like 1st to 13th separated by 5/10, maybe 15th. And we're off for the first qualifying session of the new month in February then. Welcome people, I hope you're all doing well. Has anybody improved? Has anybody started practicing more? Despite having these weeks off, has anybody played the game more? I wonder. Has anybody spent the actual time? We've got the UK's in lockdown, full lockdown, so I don't expect them to go anywhere. Let me turn the party audio down a bit. I know the UK is in full lockdown, so has anybody started to do more practice since we're in this new lockdown, as we've got Faxland coming out of the pits? Wheel spinning coming out of the pits then, as Faxland, he was in Mercedes last season, and now he's been, well, I don't want to say promoted or demoted, but now he's been placed in Williams, so let's see how we can do from there. We've got quite a few seats being changed. Nathan stayed in the exact same car as Mercedes. I don't know how it works. Ferg's in the Racing Point as he was. Steinslag is no longer his teammate. Who else we got out there so far? Alex is in the Williams. There was Harvey Lees, and I can't remember his teammate. Who was his teammate? I actually can't remember that one. It was Chris Panda, but he had another teammate. Was it Het Bompier? I can't exactly remember, but Alex Ham, welcome to the league. And we've got a new Williams lineup then. So welcome J Law in the Haas. He's also a new driver. And Het Bompier as a teammate. Het Bompier, the Dutchman in the Haas, so he's going to have a good time with him. Louis Lads in the Renault, switching from Alfa Romeo. AJ's in the Ferrari, or Alfa. No, it's the Ferrari, I can see his garage. Is it the... No, it's the Alfa Romeo. Jeroen Visser and Indian Jesus on the Ferrari, so it must be the Alfa Romeo. Anyways, let's go on board with somebody that's going to be starting their lap soon, shall we? Instead of talking. Here we go then, Faxland is about to start his first flying lap. The first man to start his flying lap, so go on board with him. I played FIFA, but I ended up with a smashed table. Oh dear. I wonder how much the table cost. Anyways, Faxland on the flying lap then, as we approach down into turn 1. Heavy braking into turn 1, must get it right. You need to scrub off all the speed you carried. Short shift up to third gear to get the traction and rotation you need. Didn't go into first gear to get the extra rotation, so you must be confident to do that. As we go down into turn 4 then, also 100 metre brake in. Want to get as close to the curb as possible. Don't drift out too out wide. Nicely done getting on the throttle there. It's very easy to lose traction through turn 4. 27.6 in the first sector. I think that's what they should be doing in the first sector, because I think I've been doing the exact same thing. A slight lock up into turn 8, but I won't affect him too much as we get a nice exit through there. No problems with traction. Heading down into turn 9. This is very difficult because it's very, very easy to lock up here. I won't be surprised if people with no ABS start locking up there, because it's very common to lock up there, especially the 2019 game. The 2020 is a bit easier with no ABS. Coming down into turn 11. I want to avoid the curb, get on the throttle there, nice and clean. Coming into turn 12, just avoid the curb. Flat out corner. Now in turn 13, it's a 104.3 for the middle sets. I think that's quite decent considering it's the first part of qualifying and the track's not fully evolved in, so I think that's a decent time. You want to be aiming for 103s, I think. Hoodie Navond, Kuhn, hope you're well, mate. Last corner for Faxland. I think he could have took it a bit more speed there, as we go through a 125.5 then as the first time on the board. Next up is the Mercedes. Is one of them slipstreaming? I think I saw the two Mercedes on the straight, so I think one of them on the out lap, which is into a flying lap, and the other one's just completed it. Nathan with a 125.3. Yellow down is set to 1 or turn 1, as Ferg goes quickest with a 25.0. Alex Ham crossed the line with a 26.2 and is currently slowest of all times then. So we've got J-Law out there on his lap. Let's see what he does as we approach the last corner. It goes wide in the last corner, didn't really hook up the car like he wanted to do, so he must have lost a bit of time through there, and he crossed the line, goes P4 with a 26.0. And oh, we've got a spinner. That's a Mercedes of Foul Fury, and that is turn 7. That's the most common place to spin, because if you get out too wide on the curb, you're likely to lose the car. So he's lucky not to lose a wheel there, as we've got a Dutchman of Het Bompier ready to cross the line, set a lap time. Right then, so he crosses the line. Let's see where the Dutchman can go, and he goes up into P4 to 25.6, so not bad lap times considering it's early Q1. Jeroen Visser's on his in lap. No, he's not. Yes, he is. It's 26.1 for Jeroen Visser. Who else is out there? We've got AJ on a lap, still in the Red Bull team. His teammate was Strauss, but he's gone down into Div 2, I think. So his new teammate is iNemo. iNemo was in the Ferrari last time out, but it's a very strong lineup for Red Bull, which is... oh, that's Krishna, sorry. I don't know why I said AJ. As he comes across the line, P9. I think we're used to seeing AJ in the Red Bull. Did I say Krishna or AJ? I can't actually remember, but never mind. What about his teammate? There's iNemo on board with him now, coming out of turn 9. turn 10, sorry. Now we're headed into turn 11. Not too difficult corner, but it is when you got all the tyres. Very easy to lose the car traction there, or the rear just goes because you haven't got no rear grip. So 104.2 in the middle sector for Nemo. Decent middle sector to what I've seen so far from people. Welcome everybody to the stream. 14 viewers, well 13, well 14 including me. Coming down into the last corner then, 100 meter break in. You don't want to get on the curb, you want to, I think you want to just slightly touch the apex, because if you get on the curb you lose time. Coming across the line, it goes up into P2, it's a 25.3. So we're still 3/10 away from Fergus time, it's a 25.0, and I dare say he's definitely safe for Q2. So we've got a few people on the outlets. Where's Dane? There he is, but anybody else closer to the line? We've got Steiny, who was in the racing point, is now in McLaren, as he makes his way across the line, and he goes up into P6 with a 25.6 to him. Who's close to the line? Indeed Jesus in turn 4, Duels in turn 10. So go on board with Berry then, a new driver in this league. I don't know if he's new in the league, but he's definitely new to Div 1. I'm not seeing any other drivers from elsewhere. Makes his way through the last corner with DRS is wide open then. Makes his way across the line. Where could he go? P8. Not bad. And we've got a few more to cross the line to finish their first laps. There's Louis Ladd into turn 1, but I think we should go on board with Dane, because I think he's the closest. No, he's not. It's actually Duval who's the closest to cross the line. So could anybody get there 125.0, because that's the benchmark everybody has to beat, and closest person to it is 3/10 away. What about Duval? Can he break that benchmark? No, he can't. Well, he gets closer to it, which is a 25.2. It's 2/10 away from Fergus time. And now Indian Jesus then in the Ferrari, who was in Haas last season, makes his way towards the last corner. Goes into second gear. I've not seen anybody do that, but I think he was a bit out of rhythm coming in the last corner. And he will come across the line, goes up into P11, just outside the top 10, so could be worrying if you're in Q2, but in Q1, currently safe for the moment. Dane comes across the line and he goes up into P50. Oh, it's not a representative lap time. Might have made a mistake, or is not satisfied with the lap he was doing. On board with Louis Ladd, a 104.4, that's 2/10 slower. Oh, he goes a bit wide, a bit understeery through there. And he was 2/10 slower to what I've seen Faxon do in the middle sector, 104.4. Right then, so Louis Ladd coming around the final corner. Let's see where he can go in the Renault, and it's going to be a 125.7. Moves up into P7, just ahead, or just behind his, just ahead of his teammate by 2/10. Somebody's just moved up a place. Who was it? Was it Harvey? Harvey's down in P20. What's he doing? There he is then. But somebody's just moved up. Who was it? Was it AJ? I think AJ's moved up into 5th place. I think it is AJ, because there's a car in turn 3 headed up into turn 4. So it must be AJ that's just moved up. So AJ then, a 25.4, and he moves himself up into 5th place. Not bad for his first lap. On board with Harvey Lees, the guy who finished 3rd in the Drivers' Championship last season. Looking to do better, he says. He's been practicing on his own, he's been in practice on his own. What can he do this season? Can he find any more pace than he did last season? 104.0, that's a mighty middle sector, but I dare say he might have lost some of that due to the turn 13 turning point. He might have lost a bit of time, not really hooking up the corner like he wanted to. As we come to the final corner then, let's see what the driver in McLaren can do. Activates DRS, and it's going to be a 25.2, so he goes up into 2nd place, and that's a satisfying lap time for Harvey on his first run. It's a 25.2, a few hundreds quicker than Will. What about Borrell Fury then? Borrell Fury, I don't know why I said that. This time he doesn't spin at the exit of turn 7. I've done that plenty of times, especially on my out laps, believe it or not. Turn 8, that's he took it rather nice and neat. Turn 9 and turn 10, there's a Ferrari ahead of us. A bit of steering adjustments through there. Hopefully it doesn't lose him a bit too much time. Hello Brady Pollock, I thought you would have been racing in Div 1. Thought I would have seen you on the grid in Div 1, but how are you doing, mate? Hope you're alright. Damn, 90 viewers in the first on the first stream. Coming down his turn 18, is a bit too wide, and he has invalidated that lap time unfortunately, so he has to go again, and he's got 7 minutes on the clock, so he's got plenty of time. Right then, so CRL Panda is one of the two that's not set a lap time yet, and Ferg is retired knowing he is safe. He won't be nobody a threat to him. I was asking, but there is a full grid, so you should have asked earlier, Brady. When the season ended, you should have asked me. You had the pace to do it. Alright then, so got on board with Panda. He was in Div 1, or season. He was in Tier 1 at the start of the what season is it? I actually don't know. Anyways, on board with Panda as he starts his first flying lap. I think it's his first flying lap, unless he's been out there. I think it's his first flying lap then. As we head down into turn 1, how is he taking it? It's very easy to lose traction and light up the rears through there. Not too bad. As we make our way down into turn 4 then. And this first set is going to be a 27.7 for him. Gets on the curb slightly, but he's lucky not to where that curb didn't push him away from the track, because it's very easy the curb could suck you in and push you out, as we've seen Farrell Fury do. Where is Farrell Fury? Oh, yeah, I think he's definitely going to have to back out with that one. He's trying to do 3 laps or 2 laps on the same set of tyres, but it's just not hooking up for him as he wanted it to. What's he going to do? I think he might as well come back to the pits and get a brand new set of softs on that Mercedes, because I think those tyres have had enough. And there he is then. Tyre wear is very high around here, especially on the soft compound tyres, so that's also another thing to look out for in Q2, because if you see somebody in the mediums later in the qualifying session, then they might start on those tyres. But people, I know, want to start on the medium tyres and get away from the softs, as Chris Panda then comes across the line and he sets a 26.0 and he's P16. Jeroen Visser, 1/10 up in the middle sector from his personal best, and 1/10 up could put him into P16. Needs to find more time as the Ferrari driver. The FRL driver currently comes to the final corner. Nice final corner from him. Let's see if that gives him more time. As Jeroen Visser then makes his way across the line. Where can the Dutchman go? The Dutchman can go up into P13 and he's safe at the moment, but I dare say he might have to go out again. We'll go on board with Law, because he's apparently set a purple middle sector, so let's see if that's true as he comes across the line as we make our way to the final corner. We don't want to get on that curb there. DRS is enabled, and let's see where he can go. It's going to be a 25.6 and he goes up into P10. Does the Haas driver. So Farrell Fury then is coming out of the pits to start his third flying lap as Duval's retired from the session. Anybody else out there? Krishna, go on board with Krishna. Let's see. Oh, he's backed off it. Or has he backed off, or is he just completed the lap? I don't know. So go on board with Very then, the Renault driver, as we head way down into turn 10. We want to avoid turn 12 here. Don't want to hesitate through there whatsoever. 104.4 in the middle sector, so this could get ahead of Jeroen Visser. If not, Indian Jesus, if we can find more time. And Krishna, because 13th to 14th is separated by 3,000. It's unbelievable from the two there. As Very makes his way through the final corner then. Harvey Lee is retired, he's safe at the moment. Very, let's see where he can go. Can he get himself out of Q1? Yes, he can. He goes into P11 ahead of Louis Ladd. Louis Ladd's in 12th place. Sadly for him, I thought he'd be higher than that, but bearing in mind it is Q1, so expect some people to be further down the field. They don't want to show their full potential, but they don't want to slow down too much. So I think Krishna's come back to the pits because he's got a fuel symbol sign indicating that he's running out of fuel. On board with Dane then as we make our way through turn 5. The fast corners here, it's very easy to get along, especially on pad. A bit of oversteer through there, the car just stepping out slightly as he managed to correct it, headed down into turn 8. You can see getting the throttle too early, he's heating up the tyres. He's coming out of turn 10, not too bad from him. Softs can only do 8 laps before they get a puncture. Yeah, I think they can do 8 or 9 laps depending how much you've pushed them in Q2. Or in any circumstances, short qualifying depends how much you've pushed them. And the formation lap as well. He goes 2/10 best in the middle sector, and that, sadly for him, is not going to be enough to get himself out of Q1. Needs to hook up the final corner perfectly if he wants to find more time. You see he's been very, very cautious on the entry there, and Dane then comes across the line in his AlphaTauri, and he goes up into stays in P19, so he's getting a little bit more time in the middle sector, in the last sector, but he's still quite far away. What about Foral Fury then? He's on another lap. Can he get himself out of Q1? He's got 2 minutes left. I think he might be a bit touch and go if he wants to go in the pits, just in case he validates, or he's got enough fuel in the car. But he's under pressure here because the time's running out for him. There's only about 2 minutes left in this session now. Let's see what his middle sector is going to be. It's a 104.3. Do you know what? That's not a bad middle sector. Keep it up, mate. And luckily for him, he didn't invalidate this time round in that exact same spot. So he needs to keep it up if he wants to get himself out of Q1. Coming into the final corner. Oh, a bit hesitant through there. Let's see what he can do on his way to run down to the line. It's going to be a 25.5. It goes up into P8, so that's a good lap time, and he has a secure place in Q2. Right, who's out there at the moment? We've got Dane, who's just invalidated it, and he's run out of fuel, so I don't think he can go for another lap, because if he goes into the pits, it'll be over because he ain't got enough time, and he hasn't got enough fuel in the car to go for another lap. So that is over for him. CRL Panda, go on board with him, and it's currently a 26.0. Can he improve on that time? We've got Alex Ham and Jeroen Visser. Jeroen Visser has had a tough time out there. I was expecting more from him, but hopefully he can find his mojo and improve on that lap time, because I know he's quick. I've seen it before. He just needs something to unlock it. As we go down into turn 1 for Chris Panda, then short shift up to Chris Panda is well known for his high gears. He likes to short shift quite a lot, doesn't he? You shouldn't be short shifting too much because you still want to get the best performance out of the car as much as you possibly. You don't want to lose speed by short shifting too much. Obviously here he needs a short shift, which he does do, and the first sector is a 27.6. He improves by 500ths. He needs to keep that momentum up if he wants to get himself out of Q1 or get high on the grid. What else we got going on? We've got a Jeroen Visser on a lap. We've got Indian Jesus on a lap. Indian Jesus as well. In fact, we'll go on board with him first because he's closer to the line than Chris Panda. I'll go on board with Chris Panda next. Depends where Alex is. Alex, where is he? He starts on a lap time. It's his last flying lap time to do anything about it. On board with the Ferrari of Indian Jesus then. It's his last chance. Can he get himself into Q2? Yes, can he? No, he can't. It's a 25.8 and he's lost time in that last sector. What about Chris Panda? He comes across the line. Can he get himself into Q2? Yes, he can. Only just though. Krishna's on a lap. So is Jeroen Visser. Jeroen Visser's currently a few hundreds down in the first sector. He almost spins, but he managed to save it. So has that cost him a lot of time? Crucial time to get into Q2. Yes, it has. It's cost him a tenth, maybe more. Oh, it's gone bad for him. What about Krishna? He's currently down in the first sector, so looks like Chris Panda's safe at the moment unless Jeroen Visser can hook it up in the last corner and find time there. Lumilad's up into P5 and no, he's in the pit, so he's knocked out of Q1. Who else is out there? Krishna, like I said, there he is. Down in the middle sector. What about Alex Ham? He's up in 3 sectors. I mean, he's up 3/10 in the middle sector. So Chris Panda might not be safe then, as Alex Ham makes his way across the line. Can he get himself in? Yes, he can. And Chris Panda has been knocked out of Q1. And what about, where is he? Oh, he's backed off, has Krishna. So, Chris Panda, Krishna, Indian Jesus, and Jeroen Visser Dane are knocked out of Q1, and we won't be seeing them in the next session. So, unfortunately for them, 2 surprises, well, 3 surprises actually. Krishna, Indian Jesus, and Jeroen Visser. Wasn't expecting those 3 to be knocked out, but hopefully they can find better pace in the race. Can be a difficult track, this track. What can he improve on then? Jeroen Visser, Indian Jesus, what can he improve for the better qualifying pace? I did go on board with Jeroen Visser. Looks hesitant on the throttle there, losing traction. Sadly for him, but hopefully he has a much better race compared to his qualifying. And 2 Ferraris have been knocked out of Q2 to add to more misery for Ferrari. So I know Indian Jesus and Jeroen Visser, they're quite quick, so I know they could be back up there where they need to be. Maybe it's a lack of practice, maybe they've not been on the game as much. Who knows what they've been doing, but if they put the practice in, I dare say they could be back up there where they need to be. Indian Jesus won the last race. He won the British GP, I mean, he won the Brazilian GP. Anyways, there is your so Ferg, Harvey, Duwell, Animo, Louis Ladd, Nathan, AJ, Faxland. Look at that. Hopefully Steinsler can find more pace to get himself into Q3. Hetz Bompier's in P9. Louis Ladd is in P5, so that's where he should be. He's got good pace. And who's my top 3? I dare say Ferg, Duwell and Harvey. If not Nemo. Ferg, Duwell, Harvey / Nemo. That's my top 3. If Harvey can hook it up in the final moments in qualifying, then I dare say he'll be up there. But if not, Nemo will be there to pick up the pieces, and he could be in P3. But I definitely know it's going to be Ferg versus Duwell again. Harvey Lee says he's been practicing. Hopefully that practice has been enough for him. Hope that practice pays dividends for his race in the future. If you want it to be a top, who's my top 5? I dare say it's going to be. This could be a mixed top 5. It's not in order. So Ferg, Louis Ladd, Nemo, Harvey, and Duwell. That's my top 5. Obviously, if I was in this qualifier session, it'll be Indigo, Ferg, and Duwell. I'm only kidding. I don't know where I'd be. So we've got a few medium runners then, but that's early in this qualifying stage. It could change over. People might do bankers on the softs now and switch over to the soft medium compound tyres later in the qualifier session. I've seen people do that before. People on the mediums tend to switch over to the softs because you don't want to switch over to the mediums. Well, go on the mediums this early if you want to start on it, because the track evolution, the track starts to get better. So you want to leave it to the very last moment, or not very last moment, but 3 to 4 minutes to go, where the track's at its best or getting better. So I dare say people on the mediums now will switch over to the softs soon. Hetz Bompier, I think he scored points last season. I think he did actually. I can't exactly remember everything that's happened in the CRL. So many things have happened. But I think he scored a few points now and then in the Renault. He's a good driver, and hopefully we can see more of him as he's a full-time driver in Div 1. So let's see what Hetz Bompier could do in this season. Faxland is another driver to look out for. I know he's got some good pace behind him. Don't underestimate him. He could come out at the very last minute. Who else can we look out for? Nathan as well. I think Nathan could be up there if he unleashes it. If he can find something to unlock it, he could be up there with the rest of them. Like he was last season, he was always there when something went wrong for Ferg, Harvey, Duwell, etc. Somebody's starting their lap time, so we'll go on board with them. And who is it? Is it Adam? Yeah, but on board with Adam then. I don't think I've been on board with him in Q1, so let's have a lap to himself, shall we? So nice rotation to turn 1 as he short shifts. Well, just a short shift, because he usually short shifts to get better traction through there, but he doesn't. And now we head through turn 4. Now Brady Pollock says, I'd rather start on the mediums for this race, and I guess it's personal preference. Also, if you start on the softs and there is a safety car between lap 6 and 8, you'll be in a good shout for a win. Took a PB to get into Q2. Well done, Alex, mate. Hopefully you can continue that. During visit, keep your head up, mate. It's not over. As we head down into turn 10. Oh, it's not really the... Don't know what happened there. Did he take too much speed and it just went a bit wide? I don't know what happened, but anyways, we head down into turn 10. You never know. I think Yogurt could be joining us soon. Depends how long it takes, but hopefully I'll have Yogurt with me because he's a much better commentator than me. 4.7 in the middle sector. That's what I've seen people do in the first session. Bit too much steering adjustment, not steering adjustment, steering input through there. You don't want to take too much steering input because it could cause... Oh, I think there's been a spinner, has there? Has there been a spinner? Oh, I think it's Faxland who's just spun, coming out of turn 4. And he's on the medium, on the soft compound tyres as well, so I think that's the soft compound tyres wasted. And Adam goes quickest with a 1:26.1. Who's next to cross the line? Hetz Bompier cuts the line with a 26.8 and he goes up into P2. A massive difference between Hetz Bompier as you expect, but Stein is up into P3 with a 1:28.3, not a representative lap time for his standards. Who else is out there? Louis Ladd's on his outer lap. Duble's coming on the soft compound tyres, so it's going to be interesting to see what tyres people take, because I heard some people that if people go on the soft compound tyres, others will switch over to the softs to ensure their safety into Q3 or into Q2. It's Q2 heading to Q3, so they're keeping an eye on the leaderboard and the delta to see how many people. And very across the line with a 33.8. I don't know if it's just a banker or a mistake on that lap. I'm not used to seeing Animo in a Red Bull. It's usually a Ferrari he's in. Here comes Foral Fury then as he makes his way across the line, and it's going to be a 27.2, and he's up into third place. Second place if he's the highest medium runner. Here comes J Law then as he makes his way across the line, expecting to be quick on the soft compound tyres, and it's a 25.7. This is interesting because I don't think you can get, well, if you're an esports driver you can beat out the mediums, but for these standards 25.7. If he can improve on the medium, if he wants to go to the medium tyres, then can he beat that on those mediums? Because I actually prefer to start the medium tyres rather than the softs, because they just degrade so much and cause so many problems in the race. Louis Ladd is up into P5 on the soft, so I dare say that's a banker, because I know Louis Ladd's got more pace than that, so that's definitely a banker from him. As we've got Steiny's in the pits. Nathan's validated on the medium compound tyres, and I'm on board with third then, see what he can do. Do you know what? I think it could be a real championship challenge between Ferg and Double, because I know Ferg's been so unlucky in the last few races in the other season, so I really hope he can get back up there where he's supposed to be. It could be a real championship battle between Ferg and Double if Ferg kept it together and he comes through the final corner. Let's see where he could go on these medium tyres. And this lap time is going to be a 26.2, and he's up into P4. Harv's got up into P3, so good time from him. Foral Fury's up into P5. He's done 2 laps on those medium tyres, so we could switch over in the later stages of qualifying. And here is Duel then, the Frenchman, the last season champion. And he's on the soft compound tyres. He came out very late in the session. He's a very smooth driver, is Duel, and his middle sector is going to be a 4.0. That's a decent middle sector on the soft compound tyres. I think that's what I usually set, if not in the high 3s. We've got others on their flying lap as well. We've got 2 on their out laps, which is they're both Williams drivers in 10th and 11th. They're both on the soft compound tyres. Yep, they're both on the soft compound tyres. As he makes his way across the line, goes quickly, so as you expect, 6 tenths is the gap between first and second. And here we've got AJ Booth then, as he makes his way across the line. Let's see where he goes on those mediums in the 26ers, I suppose, which it is. And he goes up into P7. I think he wants to improve that because he's 4 places away from being knocked out, because we've got other people on the soft compound tyres, so he's going to be wary about those guys. On Nathan's first run, he didn't validate, so here he is on his second run then. Or is it his second run? His best. I swear he validated in the last one, or was that his out lap? I think he validated his out lap, so I must have misjudged it. His teammate gets nicely out of the way, and that is Foral Fury. As he makes his way through the last corner, and last has a slight lock up. I know Nathan's turned off ABS, so he's still getting used to it. As he makes his way across the line, and he goes up into P6 then, 1/10 ahead of his teammate who goes into the pits. Who else is out there? Louis Ladd's out there on a brand new, yeah, he's on a brand new set of mediums, isn't he? So he did his best time on the soft, so he switched over to the mediums. Here is Steiny then. Oh, Faxland has spun through turn 7. So that's 2 mistakes I've seen him do in this qualifying session. The first session he spun through turn 4. Second session he has spun through turn 7. So I think he might be pushing the car a bit way too much for the car's liking, or taking different lines. It's just not working for him. So here's his teammate. What's he going to do in the first set? A 28.0 for him. Through turn 6 and turn 7 then, not too bad from him. Now through turn 8, you need to rotate the car as much to get the power as quick as you can. Very hard to do that because it's very easy to lock up and lose the car. This one is very easy to lock the wheels. You need to brake in a straight line, then turn in without locking up as much. So he is running no ABS then, is Alex Ham. As we come down into turn 11. Oh, Duval's left the session. Hopefully he has another invite. Alex Ham then, let's see what his middle set is like. It's a 5.1, that's 1.1 seconds slower than Duval's time. So I think he needs to fire a bit more time if he wants to get himself into Q3. Well, he might be in third place here if he could beat Adam Dixon's time in the Alfa Romeo. Alex Ham then makes his way across the line. Where can he go? It's a 26.5 and he moves himself up into P6 at the moment. So what will those drivers on the medium tyres do then? So let's see who's done their best time on the medium. So 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. They might go on the soft compound tyres because they don't want to be knocked out. The highest medium runner so far is currently Harvey Lees down in 5th place. The driver from Manchester doing an absolute mega job there. The highest medium runner. I think he's done good practice for him to be there. Louis Lad, where is he? There he is. He's gone 4/10 quicker in the first sector and his best time was on the soft, so that was definitely a bank on the soft compound tyres. You never know, he could switch over to the softs later in this qualifier session if he sees that other people are at risk and he might want to go on the softs himself to prevent getting knocked out of Q3 as we head down into turn 11 then. Very easy to understeer and get the curve there, which you don't want to do because you just lose a hell of a lot of time. You want to take it as perfect as possible. 5.1 in that middle set is a decent time, especially on the medium compound tyres. Medium's not the best tyres to do on a 1 lap pace. Mid-range tyres out of the 3. As he crosses the line, it's a 26.5 and he goes up into 9th place, so yes, I think he might want to go on the softs because others behind him on the soft compound tyres too, so he's at risk of getting knocked out. Nemo's still in the pits, he's not done a lap time, neither has Faxline, but Faxline we've seen make a couple of mistakes, especially in the first sector and just after it. So Louis Lad then, I think he's got plenty of time to head back in the pits, but he needs to get back in the pits as quick as possible because he don't want to lose any time. He's got now right then, who should we go on board with first as Duval rejoins back to session? Go on board with AJ as he's at the final corner, so let's see what he can do. He's on the soft compound tyres and let's see what he can do. It's very, very crucial for him not to invalidate this lap. If he does, he's outside the top 10. Maybe got one more lap because you don't want to do more than one lap on the soft compound tyres. And if he does make it in Q2 on the 2 lap old tyres, then could be a problem because tyre wear is high around here. See where his first sector is then. Very nice and tidy through there, as his first sector is a 27.5. He's only 3/10 up in the first sector, so he's showing good signs of pace so far from the Alfa Romeo driver, who was in the Red Bull last season. Very difficult braking zone through here, especially for no ABS. It doesn't have a lockup in here, so it's very nice and neat and tidy from him. And well, I've been joined by somebody else, which is Yogurt.
Hello.
Hello, Yogurt. How are you? Do you want an invite?
I have one. I'm just joining.
It's nice to see you.
Yep.
So AJ has currently set the fastest middle sector so far. So Bakke Yogurt is here, so all the Dutchies in the chat are happy as we make our way through the final corner. So AJ comes across the line, it's a 25.2 and Giroud Visa, some people have done their lap on the medium compound tyres. This is their best time, this is the fitted tyres. So just in case you wonder why they're in the 26s, that's because they set their best time on the mediums. I think everybody's on the softs, which they are. I'm on the fitted tyre information, so everybody is on the softs, and some drivers didn't want that, they wanted to be on the medium compound tyres, but unfortunately it hasn't gone their way because everybody has switched over to the softs. Who else is next across the line coming out there? Foul Fury goes up into P3. 25.5. That's a good time from him in the Mercedes. So AJ Faxland's up into P2 despite 2 mistakes. Here comes Nathan then coming through the final corner. Next across the line, I think he's a Haas driver, as Nathan goes up into P2 with a 25.1. And we've got Ferg coming across the line next in the Racing Point. Let's see where he can go. He's currently in where is he? P10, and that's P1, 24.8. That's a mega time. It's absolutely aced it time. Nemo hasn't set a lap time yet. This is his one and only lap time, and if he messes it up or invalidates it, it's over. He'll start P15. So this lap needs to be perfect or just clean and tidy. It's a 4.1 in the middle set. So I think that's enough to get himself into Q3.
4.1 is good. Who is that? 4.1 is good.
It is Nemo.
Oh, 4.1 should be enough. I think that's gonna be around 25 lows. Around the time of Faxland, I think.
Here comes Nemo across the line. It's going to be a 25.1 and he goes up into P4, so he's safe at the moment. Where is other drivers? Louis Ladd has it validated it. He's got 8 seconds left across the line. Can he make it? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 second to spare. He's made it. Oh my goodness me.
That was close. I think Harvey Lees is next. Last season he won the first race, but then it just gone downhill. So hopefully now he can win again and don't do the same thing.
My heart, 9/10 up, my heart would have been pounding there if that was me. Oh, Harvey, I thought that was close to a validation from him. He's currently in P12, he can't mess this lap up. This lap is absolutely crucial for him if he wants to get inside the top 10.
Should be enough to get inside.
And he crosses the line now.
Yeah, P2, it's a good lap.
There comes Very, the Renault driver. He's currently up in his time, but only...
Adam Dixon is first.
Is this lap time enough? He's gone 1/10. No, he's not enough. He needs to find more time in that last sector if he can, or has done. He comes across the line now, and it's P11.
Just didn't make it. But there's more people who's gonna set a time. Alex Ham, 4.9. It's not too good. I don't think he'll make it, unfortunately. No, he won't. Next one will be Furry. He will not make it. No, he just won't. But Louis Ladd, I think he'll make it.
And
see
this,
if he does.
And it's 2 lap old tyres, I believe, for Louis Ladd. Yeah, it's
no,
2 lap.
Just one.
Just one. So he must have left that very late. Yeah, he must have left that very late because I thought he validated his first one on the soft compound tyres. Here's Het Bob. No, he's already finished his lap. So that's qualifying done. So J Law on his debut is knocked out, 25.7, but he gets the start of the mediums. Adam Dixon in 12th place ahead of Very. Het Bompia is in 14th place ahead of Alex Ham on his debut, 26.2 for him. He says his target was Q2 and he's it's Q1 actually, but Q2. I think he'll be happy with that one on his debut, and that's qualifying 2 over.
To be honest, I think being knocked out in Q2 isn't the worst thing, because you get to start on those fresh tires, which is a real advantage at a track like Bahrain, at least. So, yeah, I think it's not even that bad for the people knocked out here.
I think... Nah, it doesn't matter. So Nemo and Faxland then, both Danish drivers, P5 and P6. And Harvey Lees is 1/10 off in Q2. He's P2 in the qualifying session in the first qualifying session. Now he's P2. Can he get himself P1 in Q3? He's been wanting it. He's been practicing very hard. I've been keeping an eye on him. And I think what happened to Het Bompia? I don't think anything happened to him. I think he just didn't have enough pace. I don't think.
I think I must have made a mistake somewhere.
Faxland spun in Q1 and Q2. Hopefully don't do that in Q3. And it was in the first sector, so I think he might have struggled there the most if it was on traction or clipping the curb. And then final moments in Q3. Let's see what happens then. So people in the chat, what is your predictions for pole position? Yeah, I know Het Bompia is quick. I don't know what happened to him. I didn't see him in the very last part. So, unfortunately for him, he's been knocked out. But hopefully he can get himself back in the race. So, Jeroen Visser, Indian Jesus, and Krishna knocked out Q1 Yoga. What do you think?
I wasn't listening, sorry.
Jeroen Visser, Indian Jesus, and Krishna knocked out Q1. What do you think? Was that expected?
No, I think. I mean, Indian Jesus won 2 races last season, am I right? Or didn't he?
I think he won just the one, I think.
Oh yeah, I know he won one, but he did win. That's unfortunate.
So I see people are saying Ferg for pole. Adam Dixon and Kuhn Nikamp says pole. Ferg for pole.
I'ma say AJ.
AJ.
I think AJ will get pole.
Oh, here we go. Then Hetz Bompier finally tells us what happened. So Hetz Bompier says, first race without traction control, messed up my traction control almost out of every corner. That's his first. That's his first race. So
I can give you a tip. Short shift. It really helps.
yeah, Head Bompier. Work your way through the throttle. Don't get on the throttle. Don't stamp on the throttle. Just make your way through up it, and short shift like Yogurt said.
I mean, I can explain. When you get out of a corner, just shift up. Even though the revs are not even on your screen, just shift up, and it will help massively. And hopefully you'll do better in the race. Yes, I hope so.
My boy Kuhn says, have to find the pace again myself. Don't like it until now. So, Kuhn, you need to practice with me, mate, if you want to. I know Cal Kuhn is commentating for F2, and I think it is Jack who's also commentating for F2. So, if you want to watch F2, which is live now, or stay on F1, F3 is also available as well. So all 3 streams are being ran.
Busy evening.
I'm glad we're back in the new season because I've been waiting for this. It's one of my favourite leagues to commentate. Been here since, I don't know how long I've been here for, months and months I guess, but I'm so happy to commentate for this league.
Last season we did, so...
Yeah, me and Yogurt together for 12 races. We did 12 races, 12 weeks, is that correct?
I believe so. I missed a few though, but I think I missed 2. Sorry for that, but...
On board with AJ is about to start his flying lap then, so let's see what he could do in the Alfa Romeo. Jogger, do you want to take us through the lap?
Yeah, sure. Braking it just before 100 meters into turn 1. Make sure the exit is good. You don't even have to take as much speed. You just want a good exit for here. Don't get any traction problems. He's staying off the curb, which obviously helps with the traction. Braking just 100 meters. Braking on the sand, which is quicker, as weird as it sounds. Now, through sector 1 at 27.5 is a decent sector 1. Going through the right-left chicane, braking hard for turn 8. Nice on the throttle. He's on the curb though, so he's gonna have to be a bit more careful on the throttle. Don't want to do that on this next one. Turn 9, very hard corner if you run ABS. I don't know if AJ does, but he doesn't lock up and gets a good exit. So all fine now. It hasn't looked on the limit, but it's looked good. No real mistakes or anything. Turning a bit too early here, took a lot of that curb, which you don't want to do here as well. Don't take any inside curb, as it would just spin you. Going to the final sector, 1 minute 4.4. Definitely not where you want to be. Now, exit very hard to, well, not get an invalid. Easy to get an invalid. Now through the final corner, braking just off the curb starts. That's where I get my reference. Now on the exit, nice exit, nice and easy. I don't think it will be the quickest, but it's a banker, and that's most important.
Here comes Ferg then, and let's see what lap time he can do. It's going to be a 24.9, and he is currently on pole position. Who's next across the line?
Harvey very close behind Ferg. Next one will be, I think it's a Red Bull. Inemo, yes, Inemo's next.
Nemo then, he was in Ferrari last season, now he's been transferred to Red Bull. It's a 4.1 in the middle sector, and that's definitely good. That's going to be AJ, I think.
Nah, definitely AJ. It will be close to the time of Harv. I think Harv also had a 4. I think Harv had a 4.0.
I didn't see his middle sector.
Inemo, of course, very strong at the end of final season, in the middle. Not really at the beginning, but now he can be there from the beginning onwards, and maybe he's a championship contender. You never know.
Good lap time.
Excited to see him this season.
Good lap time from Steiny, 146.2. That puts him up to P7.
Nathan in P5, 4 thousandths behind his brother. Next one is Faxland. I saw him make a mistake going to the final sector, and that just shows that I know he can gain a lot more time than that though, Faxlands, in that final sector, so excited to see what he can do. Duel up next.
Duel always the driver that comes out last in Q3.
He always wants to go off sync.
Oh, I think someone made a mistake. Steiny spun to turn 7.
At least he didn't crash into the wall, which normally happens when I spin there.
Yeah, me too. Oh, it's 3.8.
That's very quick. Say so. It's a very quick time.
Hamilton says, used tyres are not the one. Yep, I know. Soft tyres are really horrible if there's 2 or 3 laps old on a 1 lap pace.
Duel across the line.
Ooh, P1. He's usually more of a racer than a qualifier. You would say, Yogurt?
Yeah, definitely. But if he does well in qualifying, you just know he's going to be the main contender for the win.
He's always like qualified behind Ferg, but in the race he tends to have the upper hand because Ferg makes mistakes. Sometimes on his own and sometimes not. But hopefully we can have a big championship fight between Ferg, Duel and Harvey Lees as well, because I know Harvey Lees has been practicing so hard, so hopefully he can find something. Maybe a win or 2.
I think it's going to be very tight actually this season. I think, what was the record last season? 5 different winners in 5 different races, or was it 4?
I think it was 4, mate.
I think it was also 4. Hopefully we can beat that.
So it was Ferg, Indian Jesus, Duel, Harvey Lees. Nathan was close. Did Nemo win one?
Yeah, he won Spa. He won Spa, I think. But
yeah,
Duel already broke he already had 2 wins before that, I think.
I
will check actually. I'm very curious to what the record was, just for.
I like how they treat this qualifier session, because it really is a proper qualifier session, isn't it? Nobody's rushing out, they're taking their times, everybody's in the pits.
Yeah.
It's really like an intense qualifier session. So one of Mercedes is out of the pits, and that is Foral Fury. I was actually surprised to see Foral Fury Q3 despite what happened to Q1, but maybe that's just bankers, whatever. Now it's the actual thing. He's currently in P8 is Foral Fury. I've not seen him before, so I think I was rather judgmental to say that in Q1, because he did look like he was struggling, but I think he just found his mojo, or he was just doing sandbagging, sorry.
Well, whatever he's doing it right.
So he's the first driver to come out of the pits. We've got another driver, which is a Williams, and next up follows a McLaren. That Williams is Faxland. He's the only Williams in this session. His teammate, I think it's Het Bompier. I think it is.
Yeah. So the record was. I'm gonna check now.
Interestingly, before you say anything, Yogi, Louis Ladd hasn't set a time yet. He was one of the drivers that did not set a time. We didn't pick up on that, whether he made a mistake or did not go out. Didn't see any drivers in the pits on the first one, so I think he might have made a mistake. On board with Foral Fury then, his last lap time to do anything if he wants to improve on a 26.0. Approaching over 207 miles per hour, brake really hard to scrub off the speed. Want to avoid, that's a bit too wide through turn 1, so he might cost himself a little bit of time through there. As now we head our way down into turn 4. We want to be off the track in turn 4 effectively, just 1 wheel or 2 wheels on the track. Half off the track and half on it, or try and be fully off it without exceeding the track limits. One turned up in the first sector, could be improved if he didn't make that mistake in turn 1. Now through turn 8, very easy to understeer through there. Now through turn 9 and turn 10. It's very easy to lock up if you have no ABS on there, because it's such a difficult downhill corner. You want to brake in a straight line.
ABS?
Yeah, you want to brake in a straight line. You definitely want to brake straight. You want to brake in a straight line. I know it says turn 9 and 10 is not a straight line, but you want to. There is a way to do it, and it's a 1.4.2, 5/10 up in the middle sector. It's a good lap time so far.
4.2. That's probably P4 maybe.
I've seen a few mistakes, but overall it's not too bad from Fall Fury. I think it could be improved if he didn't make a little mistake in turn 1. And let's see if we can go in the Mercedes then. It's going to be a 25.4 and he goes up to P5 ahead of his teammate.
It's nice. Nice one. Vaxland is up next. Then we have Steiny.
Oh, a bit wide. Oh, it's too wide through there.
He's gonna break it off, do another one, I think. Steiny's up next. Let's see what the McLaren driver can do. Now in sector 2, it looks pretty fast actually. Of course, he has a 46 last time out. 4.1 for Steiny. That's good. Taking this one a bit too tight, but it's fine. It's fine. He's still going. Let's see what Steiny can do. His teammate is in P3. I think he'll get pretty close to that actually. Steiny, not his debut. I think he did a few races last season, I believe, as a reserve, but now he's full-time driver. P5. Oh yeah. Just behind Inemo. Very close. Louis Led up next. Now coming for the final corner. Svexland starting is another one.
That's a decent final corner from Louis Lad, and he crossed the line now. Where could he go? It's P5 for him.
Oh
3,000. He's 3,000 quicker. It might not be enough for Ferg. He's 3,000 quicker in the middle sector unless he's found more time. Cross the line now. It's pole!
My god!
Oh my!
He found like 2 tenths in that final sector alone.
Oh Jesus, that is absolutely unbelievable stuff from right there.
This is all fed on Fury. Let's see what he can do. He does improve. Doesn't gain a position though. AJ goes to P3. I said he was gonna get pole, but he just didn't.
3 tenths up, Harvey Lees. No, he's messed it up. He's messed it up. Oh, Harvey.
That was pole position.
Harvey, just like in Abu Dhabi, mate. Oh my.
Messed it up. Messed it up.
Oh, Harvey. I told you when it comes to the very last moment, Yogurt, it's a bit like me. When it comes to the very last moment, you just can't do it.
But there is Nathan. What a disaster for Harvey Lees. Nathan goes up only 1 position. They gained about 3 tenths. Inemo up. Oh, Inemo. Maybe pole position for Inemo. Oh,
P2. P3, sorry.
It's so close. Vaxland is still on a lap. He's improving quite a bit as well. Very nice last corner from the Danish driver. See what he can do. He goes up to P9 only, but it's so close. Top 10 within 6.5 tenths.
That is qualifying done. I did not expect Ferg to be on pole position after that, but he's done it. He's currently 1/10, well, a few hundreds quicker than Duel. Let's see the gaps.
Harvey Lees.
400s quicker than Duel. Inemo's 700s behind. AJ's almost 2 tenths behind. Harvey Lees. Oh my god, Harvey. Harvey.
It would have been pole. He could have lost like 1.5 tenths in that final sector and it still would have been pole.
Harvey just a bit too excited, I believe. Do you reckon?
I mean, maybe just the nerves, just to get it right, you know, because he was such a good lap. And when it gets to the point where you see on your top right or wherever you have it, you see like 4 tenths up. I mean, the nerves are gonna go through your.
Does that seem like a rookie mistake to you? Because you know, professional.
Yeah.
I won't say professionals, but experienced drivers, they don't. Well, they know how to handle it.
I recommend Harvey Lees to turn off the Delta on this on-screen display, because it's making him nervous, it seems.
No, I might do that as well, to be honest with you. Turn off the Delta, because it does distract me.
I mean, I only look at it on the straights. I don't even look at it on the corners.
So there it is then.
That was a heck of a quali session though.
Ferg on pole position ahead of Duel in the AlphaTauri. Inemo P3 for Red Bull. AJ in P4 in the Alfa Romeo. And those two swapped seats, I think. Harvey Lees in P5 ahead of Louis Lad, who's usually in the Alfa Romeo too. Steiny is in P7 ahead of Nathan. Nathan, disappointing qualifying for him. Faxland in P9 ahead of Farrell Fury on his debut. The Irishman filling out the top 10 and joins the 5th row with Faxland, ready for tonight's race. About to say tomorrow's race, but this time I didn't make that mistake.
Almost did though. I'm gonna get something to drink quick. Thirsty.
So, what's your predictions for the race then? Duel has the inside line. I'm talking to you, audience, talking to the audience. What is your predictions for tonight's race? Will Duel win the race? Can Harvey Lees fight back? Will Ferg win the race? Who knows? It's going to be a DRS train, so it's going to be interesting. And with full qualified, you forget there's other drivers in here. You forget there's 20 of them in here due to the longevity of qualifying. People say Ferg for the win. Anime was in the Ferrari last season, not Alpha. Yeah, I thought he was. It was godly numb in the Alfa Romeo last season. It was with Louis Lad. I'm hoping for a couple of points, and you hope AJ wins. So it must be a good friend of AJ's. Anybody else? So one says Ferg, one says AJ. Nemo wasn't the Ferrari. Yeah, I read that comment already. I think Het Bompier is 11th place. He'd be the highest medium runner, I think. So he's got the advantage of the endurance on the tyres. It's gonna be like a endurance race for him. Going that longer in the race, I think he might pit a lap. What can he pit? It'll be mediums to hards, but it depends how long he wants to take the mediums for, because he could pit earlier.
You're in.
A TV
Just
series.
Can I say something?
Yes.
People that start on the hards have a very big opportunity to get points, because that's just the best strategy.
A TV series that I watch is on now. I'll be back when it finishes.
Yeah, that's not a true watcher, it seems.
Not a true fan. You won't do that.
Yeah. Very weak, we call that.
Right, let's see what tyres the people on the outside have gone for. So, it was J Law who's the highest, it was the other Haas who's the highest medium runner. So, 17th downwards is on the hard compound tyres.
If you just go to the tyres, it looks so satisfying, like all red.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
It's all so satisfying.
It's in order as well, soft, medium, hard. Yeah. So all three tyre compounds are being used in this race. Soft, medium and hard.
Watch out for Jeroen. He's gonna be a dark horse in this race.
Kuhn would say Jeroen lost the first challenge every single race if Jeroen didn't do well. Yeah, okay, I know Jeroen's got the pace. You've seen his pace, haven't you? He has got the pace, but sometimes it just doesn't go well.
Yeah. I know what it is.
It's a bit like me.
He can drive well. I know he can.
Mustn't give up, Jeroen. He almost won a race in Russia last season, but unfortunately things happened between Ferg and Jeroen. And that's when Nathan almost won the race, but he was too far back to make a move on Ferg, do well. Could have had Nathan to win, could have Jeroen Vizor to win, but it was actually all in the end, do well. I have some secret intel that some go on the hards. Yeah, Ferg spun unfortunately. Yeah, I think I do remember that. Somebody hit him at the back and Ferg spun halfway through. And Jeroen Vizor was just there to collect him.
Had nowhere to go.
Koen, hoe gaat het?
Dane at the back. I know Dane is a pretty quick driver, but must have made a mistake in quality, I guess. This grid, by the way, this grid is very, very good. Very
the
good.
Renault. Oh dear, please. Oh, have I lagged out?
I don't know.
Oh, I think I'm still here. The stream said. I thought the stream restarted due to that. Never mind. I think it's sorted.
No stress.
Het gaat goed. Dankjewel.
I'll keep an eye on Nathan. You keep an eye on the leaders.
Apparently already on lap 2, it says.
Yeah, it's just a glitch. Don't worry about it.
Do you have a full-time seat? Yeah, I do, mate. Anyways. Oh dear, drive-through penalty for 2 drivers already. As away we go. AJ leads the race ahead of Louis. Those two have got a drive-through penalty. As further back, we've got Nemo trying to go around the outside into turn 1. Duo goes down the inside of Ferg. It's 3 wide into turn 1. Who makes it out? Unbelievable. Ferg makes it out first, despite getting overwhelmed by 2 drivers. Now Nemo needs to watch out for Nathan because he's right behind him. As we head our way down into turn 4, Nathan has the inside line, and Nemo goes a bit wide through there. As Nemo takes back for 5th place, sorry. As we've got AJ leading the race ahead of Lewilad, who's got a drive-through penalty. I don't understand how they've done that. Maybe a bit.
AJ went and Lewilad just reacted on AJ because, yeah, I mean that's not Lewilad's blame. If something or somebody moves ahead of you, it's just an instant reaction.
Yeah, I would be absolutely peed off with that one if I was Lewilad, because you're waiting for a race and that just happens. You get a penalty before it effectively starts. Very tried to make a move on Alex, but has to drop back a bit, and he stays in 14th place. It was an effective. Oh, Kushner spins in the wall. He goes, and yeah, that's his race effectively ruined. Jeroen Visser takes 19th place.
That was on the heart as well. I mean, yeah, that's very bad for Kushner.
He also spun in another league in Bahrain that was currently down at turn 4, so I don't think he likes this track, as DRS is not enabled. It's just one of those glitches we had as Ferg sets the fastest lap of the race.
RV leave, looking close up behind Nathan. Nathan just covering it off the inside, just making sure he's not going to get attacked. So we're going to have to look from Ferg downwards, as of course the top 2 are going to fall away eventually in the next 1 or 2 laps.
People have joined. AJ and Lewilad have got a drive-through penalty if they've got 3 laps to serve it. And they'll probably serve it next 2 lap or next lap. They don't want to lose too much time, but I think it's best if they serve it next lap. As the graphics sort themselves out.
While you're at it, you might as well hold out the leaders a bit.
Ferg was overwhelmed by Nemo and Dubel. They were one around the outside and one down the inside. He had to be careful not to hit them both, which he did very well. And J Law, as Farrell Fury's gone off the track and he's down the in P17. He's lost a lot of places. And here comes the Williams then. Faxland goes down the inside.
I saw a bit of barge, but on the straight, yeah, Farrell Fury has damage, but I think there's another one with damage maybe.
I've done the exact same thing before. When I was Lewilad, I did the exact same thing in other lobbies. It's so easy to go when somebody else goes because you think the lights have gone out. It's just an instant reaction, as Joggett says. I don't blame Lewilad for that one, but he'll be absolutely frustrated he's got a drive-through penalty as they both come in to serve it then.
Both.
I thought the lobby glitched when they both went, as Nathan sets the fastest lap.
In turn 1, by the way, I knew he was on the inside. I expected him to be spun around, but somehow he didn't.
Even they kept it nice and clean.
Yeah, it's impressive that they kept it nice and clean for there, actually, because 3 wide for there, it's basically no-brainer, but they all got respect for each other, which is obviously nice to see.
Jeroen Visser makes up a place and goes up into P.
Look at Adam Dixon. Oh my god, 7th on those mediums.
Highest medium runner currently down to P7, so he's looking very comfortable down there. I talked about Jeroen Visser getting past Dane. He's up into P15.
Indian Jesus as well, look out for him. P12 on the hearts. Very, very good start for Indian Jesus.
What's the closest gap? It's 3/10. Look at that. Harv is behind Nathan, right behind Nathan, so looks like Nathan's under pressure from the McLaren driver behind, and he's also got his teammate behind, Steiny in the points as well. Steiny in P6, so McLaren's looking good down in P5 and P6 at the moment. So one was putting pressure on Nathan ahead. Meanwhile, Duel in the DRS range of Ferg, so he's not letting him go.
You know, Duel probably at the moment just saving everything he's got, knowing Duel. He's always very comfortable behind people. Well, I feel like Duel's always comfortable, to be honest with.
Right then, so the places were lost and made. Ferg, the top 3 stay where they are. Nathan's gained 4 places from 8th.
Yeah.
Half stayed where he was. Steiny has gained 1 place. And here comes Faxland. Does he make a move? No, he doesn't. Adam Dixon made up 5 places from starting P12. He goes wide into turn 1. Will that allow Faxland to get a better exit and try and do the under and over from him? Yes, he does. He just goes straight past. And he moves up into P7, so he moves 4 places up.
I wanted to say, because I was on board with Nathan. Nathan had, first of all, very impressive because 2 guys ahead of him went with the jump start. Of course, those were the 2 guys ahead of him. So to not react on that, and after that his reaction was so quick and his traction was so good that he gained another 2 positions from the people on the left of him, and that made him get at a good start. So very impressive from Nathan to even be in this position where he is now, although he is under pressure from Harvey at the moment.
Nathan locked up. Nathan locked up into turn 10, he went wide, and here goes Alex Ham. Oh,
no ABS.
He's made a mistake. No, he's just like that. He's just lagged. Apologies about that. It was a false call.
Is Nathan no ABS now?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's gone full time, no ABS.
That's good to see. That's very good to see.
So
the top 6 seem to have a bit of a gap to Faxland, who had a very bad start, but is now trying to get back into this race by getting into the DRS of the guys ahead. He doesn't have a lot of ERS to play with though. Now that the guys ahead of them are in the DRS frame, the thing what Faxland now has to do is have basically the same pace as Ferg. But as I'm saying this, Harv is on the inside of Nathan. Will he make it stick? The McLaren driver, he should have gotten pole. But he made that stupid mistake, but he's now ahead into P4.
You can forget that mistake and concentrate on the race, and he's up into P4 ahead of Nathan. And I did see for a slight moment that Nemo was right behind Duel in the last corner, but he made a slight mistake and gone wide himself. So he lost a little bit of time behind Duel, but they're in the DRS train anyways, behind Ferg. Ferg under massive pressure, using a lot of ERS, he's got more... Duel's got more half the ERS than Ferg has, so it looks like Duel has got the upper hand at the moment in terms of ERS. And locks up into turn 10 does Ferg, so struggling just a bit as Nathan will be falling into clutches of Steiny if he doesn't be careful. But back on board with Duel, he's right behind Ferg. You don't want to be in that dirty air for too long because it's very easy to lose the car, and on these soft tyres as well. Experienced it myself as Indian Jesus. Let's go on board with him. He's currently in 12th place behind Very on the medium compound tyres. He's on the hards, and Hetz Bompier's right behind us. Indian Jesus then. I thought he was going to go off the track there the way he was turning. As Het Bompier gets closer and closer to him.
Oh, Steiny on the rear of Nathan. He's got damage.
Oh dear.
And he's going to have to go into the pit straight away. He's going to have to fix that front wing. Ah, that's so... I want to say stupid because it's the last corner, mate. Take it easy. He's gonna have to change front wing. He's gonna go onto hards, I think.
That's another disadvantage. I'm talking about Indian Jesus. He just loses a lot of ERS. He just uses it all when he has the chance. He just like spends all his ERS when he has it. That's why he's barely got any.
That's the big downside from Indian Jesus.
If he saves the ERS.
If he saves his ERS correctly, I think he could be front runner. He's not really good at it, it seems.
That's why he's... Oh, is that a spinner? Oh, Faxline just managed to save it. He lost it almost coming out of turn 7, and Adam Dixon is right behind him. He was lucky not to spin that one up because he would have hit the wall if he did, but thankfully he did not. And he has a slight lock up as well into turn 10. Adam Dixon is looking very interested behind him, but we've got a spinner, and that is a Mercedes of Farrell Fury.
No, Christian is ahead of him. He's on the soft, Christian.
He's under massive pressure, is Faxland, on those old, worn-out soft tyres. He needs to be careful not to slide around even more to lose wear.
I think he's going to need to pit this lap, Faxland. Let's see if a few of the front runners is going to pit, because this is where the pit window opens, basically, lap 6. As Panda gets already a time penalty, none of the leaders seem to pit. Or none of them. Does Faxland pit? Yes, Faxland does pit. Oh,
no, he doesn't.
He just defends. That won't matter though, as Adam Dixon has more ERS, more DRS, just DRS.
Look at the top 4 on a DRS train as Ferg gets out of shape coming out of turn 2. This is a perfect opportunity and chance for Duval to overtake. As Chaz goes around the outside into turn 4, here we go! Has he got it? They're still side by side coming out of there, they're both wheel to wheel now. It's going to be so close, what about the yield? Oh, it's so close!
Oh my god! Ferg has no ERS left as well. He's gonna need to stay behind Duel for a bit and save a bit.
I did see a flashing light on the second straight, so I knew that Ferg was running out of ERS. But that was so close.
Ferg running no ABS, and he locked up almost into Duel.
Did you know what? I thought there'd be contact, because usually when there's two cars go into that corner, it usually ends up in a spin. One of them, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, most of the time it does, but these guys seem to keep it clean up front. I think Ferg's gonna pit this lap. He seems to be losing so much time to duel at the moment.
And he will be falling into clutches of iNemo and Harv as well, so he looks like he's struggling with the tyre wear as well. Tyres don't look too good from our perspective. Will he pit this lap, I wonder, to try to do an undercut? Yes? No? Yes, he does.
Last moment, so no one follows him. I think that's a good decision by Ferg. It seemed like his tires were completely gone, so I think this was the best choice for him. He's gonna go onto hard till the end of the race. Or a bit of an undercut. Should be coming out in clean air.
Head bump here. All over the back of India Jesus. He must be frustrated because he's stuck in that DRS train. His head's bumpier. Oh, Harvey has managed to overtake Nathan. They're going side by side now into turn 4. Did not see this coming at all, and Nathan stays ahead of Harv.
I think Harv made a mistake.
Yeah, I did think that because I thought Nathan was behind Harv. He was, wasn't he?
Harv made a mistake because they lost the 1 second to iNemo, and I think Harv was very good into that. So.
Yeah, I think, yeah, the lap before Nathan was behind Harv, so he must have, like you said, he must have made a mistake. And would he try and overtake him back under this turn 11?
Don't try it. Don't try it. No.
Come on, Harvey, you can't afford to make mistakes, mate.
I think iNemo is gonna have to pit this lap as well, because he's lost DRS. He's gonna need to make an undercut on duo or something to try to get back into it.
Luckily for Ferg, he's rejoined down in 17th, and the guys ahead of him, or the two that had a drive-through penalty, they're on the same strategy as Ferg. They'll pit soon and get out of his way, and he has more clear air.
As duo goes into the pits as expected.
Yeah, all 4 of them go to the pits. Oh, Harvey! Oh,
he's cutting it close. He's cutting it close. Oh, Harvey might hold up the Red Bull a bit. Yes, he does. That costed iNemo a bit of time, which will help duel.
Which will help Ferg as well. He's used a lot of his. Look at that. He's just used a lot of his ERS as Ferg.
Tried to get ahead of everyone else. Tried to get back into the DRS of duel, which he has done, I think.
But he just hasn't got any ERS to play with, has he?
Yeah, but now he can save it because he's in the DRS of duel.
That's true.
But look at how much iNemo lost because he got held up into the pits. So unfortunate for him.
Nate, hang on. Nate, Harvey's on the soft compound tyres.
Oh, like, 2-stop?
Yeah, he's 2-stopping. Is he optimistic about a safety car?
Maybe.
I've seen somebody else.
Could be a real good strategy, but most of the time this doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Well, it did work in. Well, I'm not going to say the league's name, but I commentated for another league in Bahrain, and he did the exact same thing. It worked because the safety car came out in the right time. And
was it where I was commentating?
No.
Or where I was racing in?
No. So, the only way I can see this working is another safety car coming out, because it doesn't work under normal circumstances. So Harv just needs to push as hard as he can. It's what I said in the exact same thing. It's what I said in the exact same. I said the exact same thing in another league as well.
Of course, he's gonna be rapid now, but Space won't hold on for long.
I've been to Bahrain a lot recently. I've been commentating racing here, and I've had bad memories here as well.
Oh, Louis left is gonna get overtaken by duel. Louis gonna go into the pits. Those were the guys who obviously got the drive-through. Now they're all entire pit stop behind. Unfortunate for them.
Safety car could be beneficial for those medium runners in front. Look at the medium runners taking over. They're all in a DRS train fighting for the net lead.
Wait, look at Duel. He's also on sauce.
Oh yeah, I don't think this is the right strategy, Yogurt.
Yeah, he's gonna catch up to traffic as well, Duel. So he's not even gonna gain that much time off her.
Oh dear, someone's made a mistake.
Steiny, no, he was in such a good position, just behind Faxland, effectively P7, I believe. Oh, Steiny, and now he's at the same place as Louis Let and AJ, who are an entire pit stop behind to the guys ahead.
Do you remember in Abu Dhabi when Ferg and Duval on a different strategy? It could be the other way around. It could be Duval catching Ferg. because it was Ferg catching
It's
Duval.
normally not a strategy that Duval would do. It's normally Ferg or... Well, definitely not Duval who goes aggressive. It's normally Duval who's patient and wise.
Duval did an insane one-stop in Abu Dhabi.
Danish lagged out on my screen, I don't know.
He's left.
Danish
That was his teammate, so he would have moved out of the way anyways. If he did get
I'll
close.
invite him. Then I'll invite Dane.
So, oh, he cut the corner as well, did Duval.
Yeah,
Did he cut the...
see...
So,
I'll check warnings.
here comes Jeroen Visser. Can he get past Panda into turn one? We go. Yes, he does. Nice move from Jeroen Visser. Now he needs to push. He's the tyres he started on. I think Panda's tyres have started to wear out just a bit, but can he get the better exit? But Jeroen has DRS to protect himself from Panda. As we see, the top four. Who's first? Adam Dixon is first, so I don't want to say the top four, but Adam Dixon has a good lead over Alex, which is 4.1 seconds, and he's got a bit of DRS train behind him to keep him for company. The back of the train is Het Bompier, who's desperate to get past Indian Jesus. He's not in a good place, it's Het Bompier. He needs to, as Ferg Harvey, as you expect, has caught up to Ferg on the soft compound tyres, so 2 steps softer, and he caught up to him rather quickly, as you expect, on those softer tyres. Quicker tyres as well, so he needs to get past him ASAP, because if he gets stuck behind him, that's effectively strategy ruined, because he needs to pull away as much as he can, and then he will switch over to the hard medium compound tyres and go to the end and catch up to Ferg and Duval. Well, just Ferg, because Duval's too far ahead. And here's Faxland on Dane. Dane's just joined back, and Faxland's moved up into P13.
Dane, is he joined back? Yes, he joined.
Come on, Harv, you need to overtake him as quick as possible. Not beneficial for your strategy. And dummy move from Alex. He tried to make the slow stream. He did. Varies in the pits.
Very into the pits, yeah. And Duval's gonna get past Panda, I suppose. I think Panda won't really battle this one.
Yeah, but I reckon Jeroen Visser could be a problem for Duval, because Duval's one stopping and Jeroen's two stopping and Jeroen's one stopping.
Yeah, I think Jeroen won't make it easy, because I think Jeroen will go to the softs at the end, so this is actually for track position, you know, because they both still need to make one pit stop.
And here Harvey has overtaken Ferg for 8th place. Now he needs to pull away, and Duval's right behind Jeroen Visser on the hard compound tyres. Meanwhile, further back, Dane is left again.
Dane. I'll invite him again.
So go on board with Duval, because he's the closest battle so far, as you expect. So Duval then needs to overtake Jeroen Visser and pull away from him, because he's doing a one stop, he's doing a two stop.
Jeroen is not defending. He just doesn't want to get into an incident or lose any more unnecessary time.
This is interesting though, because Duval has to play the catch-up game here at the end of the race.
Harv is already past Ferg. So we'll see how Harv gets this strategy done. I'm interested.
I don't know if it's the correct strategy, you know, Yoga. Only if a safety car comes out.
I don't believe it is. But, we'll see. Maybe they can make it work, and they prove it wrong. Alex Ham goes into the pits. So he comes out about P14 or 15. It will be around that territory. Dane has lost so much time already because he's left. So maybe something the host should do. Put the AI up to 90 or something.
The thing is, the AI could be a problem because it's going a bit too quick.
No, 90 is my grandma.
Your what?
Grandma.
Oh god. Het Bompier then trying to overtake Indian Jesus. He's been stuck behind Indian Jesus for the whole race, but it was in a DRS train. This could be his opportunity to try and overtake him, but you expect Indian Jesus to start to pull away because his tyres will be in a better state compared to Het Bompier's.
Yeah, I think Bompier wasted too much time behind Indian Jesus now to get past him.
Stein is overtaking Krishna. Harv is overtaken.
Panda, old teammates from last season, but now Panda is not letting Harv quit as it was the case last season all the time basically.
My gaps.
Of course, first time no traction, so we'll give him some time over the season. He'll get quicker. We believe him.
My gaps have disappeared for some reason. Don't know why.
Same for me.
So Adam Dixon then is currently leading the race on his debut as he goes into pits.
Oh, he goes into the pits. He's gonna be very dangerous, Adam Dixon. He's gonna have fresher tires than everyone else.
Ooh! That's all. I thought he went a bit too quick in the pits there.
So all the medium runners have come in now. So only 2 hard runners and 2 soft runners still need to pit, and 1 in P11, J-Lo, also needs to pit.
I don't know why he's done a 2-stop. Here comes Ferg on Panda. You expect Panda to be out of the way for Ferg, which he does do.
He does. So he's gonna hold up Nemo probably.
Can you show how much? Oh, I already read that comment out. Sorry.
Nemo could be a very good championship contender because he has the pace, but he also has the consistency. But definitely the consistency. Yes, he doesn't go for stupid things or stupid moves or something.
Here he goes on Chris Panda. I'm so used to seeing Steiny in the racing boy, not Chris Panda.
Well, everything is different.
And Nemo's usually in the Ferrari. No, the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah. No,
Not Ferrari, it's the Ferrari. There's Harvey then, caught up to our boy Jeroen Visser, who's currently on the hard compound tyres. I reckon Indian Jesus might be a threat to do well because they've both got to wait 1 stop.
Yeah. And I don't know if Indian Jesus is gonna go now for mediums or to softs at the end. Because if he's gonna go to softs, he's actually gonna finish out of duel, I think. Because duel's gonna have to go onto mediums definitely, because he is gonna have to use 2 tire compounds.
There's Half overtaking Jeroen Visser. Oh dear, safety car's been deployed.
Yeah, Indian Jesus and Jeroen Visser. I mean, Jeroen Visser has the double stack, but Indian Jesus, oh my lord.
Indian Jesus, one lucky Ferrari man. This could be his opportunity. He could go on the hard, medium compound tyres. No softs. Don't go on the softs. They don't make it. Oh, Ferg's got a drive-through penalty.
How could you, Ferg? How could you?
Oh, Ferg, mistakes like this is what cost you the race.
Oh,
so, Double will pit, Half will pit. Safety car could have saved him, I dare say. Krishna has one more chance in this race.
Ferg messed up. Ferg messed up.
Oh, Ferg, man. How did he drive through penalty? How did he get it? Did he just not respect his delta whatsoever? Was the delta too much?
I don't know. So some people there are quite a lot of people that have pitted. So AJ and Louis let get a retry, I guess.
Both Ferraris I expect to be on the mediums. Don't go on the sauce. I think mediums will make it from here.
No, sauce won't make it. So. I mean, you can make it, but it's because it's a safety car. You can go from lap 18. I think you could make it actually on the sauce, but I don't think they know that.
I think Dewall's definitely gonna pit. Yes, he's definitely pitted.
Yeah, of course he is.
It'd be unwise to stay out.
He's gonna have to wait a bit because he's gonna have to double stack, of course. He won't wait. He's just gonna go in as fast as possible.
He needs to go out now. Yes, he does.
Double stack, which just cost.
That's
so
not
much
too.
time on the
That's
game.
not. Oh yeah, it's not too bad, is it? Not too bad what I've seen.
He lost about 1 second, so it's not too bad. Steiny also with a drive-through.
How was you getting drive-throughs under a safety car? Look, Faxland's gone through. Adam's gone through. Indian Jesus in 3rd place. Ferry's gone through. Dewall rejoins in 5th.
Indian Jesus. I'm just gonna look at the position change.
Evening, Daniel.
Top 4. Look at the top 4 in the position changes.
Evening, DC. How are you?
Oh my god.
Het Bompje up into 6th from starting 14th. Indian Jesus started P18 or 17 and he's up into P3. Let's go on the where is it?
Ferg is gonna fall back so much. Don't think Duel's actually main contender for the win now.
If he's got
Indian Jesus.
I think he's still a contender, is Duel. They're both on the same tyres. Yeah, he's still a contender for sure. Half is on the mediums.
But don't count out Faxland, because those hard tires at the end will not be as bad, because those mediums are gonna wear out.
I can't wait for this, mate, Shocker. It's just turned out so interesting.
Imagine if Adam Dixon wins. I think it's his debut, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, he hit Faxland, Adam Dixon. I think he hit Faxland.
Oh yeah, no!
Yeah, he is. Oh, wait, no, that was Indian Jesus who hit Dixon, and Dixon just got a penalty for that.
He's lost his. Has he lost his part for someone I can't see? No, he hasn't. Has
No,
he?
he
No, he
hasn't.
hasn't.
But Indian Jesus or Adam Dixon can probably remove that penalty, so we can forget that one. Because he didn't. He got hit by Indian Jesus. So.
Oh, Krishna's got 25 seconds to make up on the nearest car.
Oh my god. I mean, at least he gets to be at the pack again.
At least his tyres are warmed up, I dare say.
Ferg is gonna. Oh, he's gonna fall back completely to the back.
This reminds me of another race. DC, do you remember the first race? Not the first race, but do you remember this Bahrain race you finished on the podium due to a late safety car? If you're still there, DC? You finished. It was an unexpected podium, DC, but due to a late safety car, you managed to get on it.
Wait, is Strauss in tier 2?
Yes. My boy Strauss will do good though. He's got the pace.
I'm gonna watch the tier 2 stream. I need to see if he does well.
Pepijn Strauss, a Dutchman, also has his own league as well. DC, was it in that Bahrain race I was talking about? If you're still there, by the way, was it the first race of the season? Nemo won the race and DC came second. I remember it perfectly because there were multi-car battles in the last lap. And Krishna has caught up. Faxland in the lead, 7 lap old tyres. Adam Dixon's in a good position, his tyres are new as well. Indian Jesus on the medium compound tyres, so his tyres are looking in good shape as well, and he's a step forward on the mediums. Nobody in the softs, except Steiny. Steiny's on the softs. They won't make it to the end, mate.
He has a drive through Steiny.
The ODA is going bad to worse for Steiny. So, only one retirement, which is Feral Fury. Pepijn Strauss has just commented. Let's see what he says. I won Bahrain in tier 2, but I binned my car with a 12-second lead, so no. Come on, Pepijn. Pepijn, hopefully you'll have a good race in the next race. I miss you in tier 1, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Same goes here. Yeah, I miss you. But if he can fight for the win in tier 2, that makes me happy.
Yeah, let's keep it out tier 2 then for Pepijn. And who else was in there?
DC.
DC. So it's Faxland's prerogative. Faxland. Yeah, godly enough. Faxland then could control the tempo.
Smart word.
I
he's
know.
gonna go. When is he gonna go? He's not gonna go. He's just warming up his tires. He's waiting. He's waiting, and he's gonna go.
Oh,
now!
He's
and
caught.
oh my God! Look at Indian Jesus. He's alongside Adam Dixon. What happened to Duval? Duval wasn't awake or something. He was sleeping.
Here comes Harvey. Comes down around the outside. Adam around the outside too. Ferg trying to go around the outside of Bobbia.
Oh!
Harvey!
Damage for Duval.
It's going chaotic. Look at the midfield. There's a 4-car wide. It's going 4 wide in turn points.
It's NASCAR! All over the rebel on the inside. Nemo barging his way up front. Look at CRL Ferg pushed out wide, and the Haas is being spun around.
He's in the wall. He's kept it out of the wall. Here comes the Mercedes around the outside. It's a hectic safety car restart. Ferg goes down the inside of the Ferrari. Giroud Vizza. I didn't know what to say.
And J-Lo got a 10-second time penalty for being off track. Of course, that can be removed. I hope so for him actually. As Indian Jesus, look how close, 2 turns behind. He can't make a move off accident now, but what a hectic restart. Duval with damage. I believe Harvey Lees got hit by Duval. Harvey Lees almost lost the car, but he managed to keep it on the track, which is obviously most important.
Duval's got front wing damage.
Yeah, Duval has front wing damage. He hit the rear of Harvey Lees.
Here comes Indian Jesus, but the crucial thing is for Indian Jesus, he uses a lot of ERS.
Nemo passed Duval. The champion has been passed. He's not gonna get the points he wants, Duel, in this
side
race.
by side, but Indy Jesus won't turn off the ERS. He keeps using it all, and here comes Faxland stays ahead of him with a straight line speed advantage. And here we go down the inside. It's turn 1. He goes around the outside.
Just pushes Faxland on the curb. What a move from Indy Jesus! Amazing, well done. And he's gonna go to his second win in CRL.
So, the driver in front has got front wing damage, and the driver in 6th has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. So those two can be out of the equation, but Duel, if he stays out there, got enough pace, he can score some decent points here tonight. But Harvey, he could... Oh, I don't know what to say about Harvey. I dare say he can win races, but he goes to... Oh, here comes Nathan on Jeroen Visser.
That was aggressive. Alex Ham behind there as well. Gotta watch out for him. But Nathan is passed. As Faxland is now being passed by Adam Dixon. Must have been a mistake. As Indy Jesus is gone miles away now.
I did not expect a guy starting in P18 to be finishing in first. Well, still in first right now.
Oh, Adam Dixon almost loses the cards. It's so hectic at the moment. Indy Jesus in the lead. Seems like he's gonna go to the win. If it's going to carry on like this.
If Nemo can win this race today, I know he's got a good pace, but he's stuck behind 4 cars. 1, 2, 3. Stuck behind 3 cars, sorry. And his first target is Berry.
Duel being overtaken by Harv now. Duel's just going to fall down like a rock.
Harvey Lees has got no full wind damage. And here we go then. Ferg's serving his drive-through penalty. And here goes Adam Dixon on Faxland. He's overtaken him. Nemo has overtaken the Renault. And Adam moves up into 2nd place. Nemo has moved into 4th place. And further back, Harvey following Duel and Nathan as well. Who's going to win this race?
Oh, Nemo. So close behind Faxland. Faxland doesn't have any ERS, but same but for Nemo is still going to try to be inside. There's no space. The 2 Danish guys going for it. But Nemo is just going to have to stay behind for now. He wants to get past ASAP so he can maybe have a shot for the win. But Indy Jesus, well, these guys are better and he's just pulling away from these guys. And
Indy Jesus has the tyre advantage because Faxland's on 10 lap old hard, so is Adam Dixon's half the age of
Look at Nathan,
Faxland.
he's so close behind Duel. Duel's falling down like a rock, the champion from the last 2 seasons. Is having a very bad season opener here.
Indian Jesus winning the first race of the season, unbelievable.
Well, it's not done yet, still 10 laps to go.
It's a question mark. Could Harvey Lee still get back up there?
I mean, he has got the pace. He's just gonna need to get past the traffic as quick as possible. That's the only way. Nemo needs to do the same with Faxland. Faxland has no ERS. Nemo basically has no ERS as well, but it's still got a bit more than Faxland.
Harvey Lees is right behind Berry, so keep it on Harvey Lees. Let's keep it on Nemo then, making an overtake of Faxland. Het Bompier versus AJ. I can't see that battle at the moment.
Nemo, is he gonna do it on the inside of his Danish?
Compatriot.
Yeah, compatriot. Oh, I couldn't find the word.
As Harvey has overtaken Berry.
And I think Harvey's gonna go for Faxland as well for a surprise attack. Maybe no, Faxland sees it. He's gonna fend off, and he's gonna stay ahead for now.
So we saw Het Bompier versus AJ still going on down at turn 4. AJ has overtaken Het Bompier. Here comes Chris Panda. He backs out of it. Very smart guy because he could have made it's a big contact there. But Het Bompier still behind AJ. Will he go down the inside here? No, he won't. So AJ moves up as down the inside goes J-Law. I don't know if he made a move or not.
Contact, but his Danish remains ahead.
Harvey's right behind Faxland, so go on board with him.
Ooh, yeah, Harvey's quickest guy on track by far at the moment. He's gonna need to get past this traffic cleanly, that's most important. That's where it's gonna run for Harv.
Duel just, Harvey tried to go sneak down the inside, but he had to back out of it. That's why Duel hit the back of him.
Duel didn't expect it, and now Duel is gonna fall outside the top 10 if it's gonna keep on going like this. What a terrible season opener for the champion.
And here comes Nemo then on Adam Dixon.
Harv's gonna get past.
Nemo's passed, and Harvey Lees has passed.
Easy does it.
Oh, Duel's been swamped by Alex Hamilton, and he moves up into P9 as he continues to suffer down the grid. As there comes Louis Ladd, the driver has that drive-through penalty at the beginning of the race is on the back of Dewell. So Harvey Lees then needs to make his way past Adam Dixon to catch up to Nemo, and Nemo's on a mission here to try and get up to Indian Jesus. This is a very interesting race.
Nemo might win here. It's gonna be a battle between Indian Jesus, Nemo and Harv, which is 3 guys who didn't expect to fight for the win. But that's gonna be the battle.
So 3 drivers had a drive-through penalty, which was Ferg, AJ and Louis Ladd.
And Steiny.
And Steiny. So the gap is currently 3 seconds between Indian Jesus and Nemo. We'll use that as a reference point to see what happens in the next few laps. And Louis Ladd's all over the back of Dewell. He's going to have more grip in these corners, and I think he'll get past him in the next straight, or unless he gets past him now. Don't want to stay behind him too long, and which he does. And he moves himself up into P10.
He's gonna open up the overtake, open up the DRS, and I think it's gonna be job done for Harvey Lees. Yes, there he goes on the inside, and now it's just gonna be a freeway battle, a freeway sprint to the finish line. Who's gonna finish here first?
Very under pressure from Faxland behind, and Nathan's behind Faxland.
Nathan is gonna probably go past Faxland here. Faxland has no ERS to defend with, and Nathan knows it. And Nathan is gonna go past with Faxland, breaks very late. Has more momentum on the outside. Is he gonna stick it in here, Nathan? No, he won't. Thinks better of it.
Nathan on the medium compound tyres too, needs to clear these hard for us, especially Faxland on the oldest hard so far in this race. So, like you said, Jogger, the battle for P2, P1, P2 and P3 looks like it's going to be shaping up rather nicely. So the reference point was 3 seconds, now it's 2.8 seconds. It was gained 2/10 so far as Nemo in this lap. But he has Harvey behind him, so not only Nemo's catching, but he's also going to have to do some defending if Harvey Lees does catch up. But Harvey could use Nemo as a DRS train and save ERS too, as Nathan gets past Faxland in the corners. Don't expect to overtake there, happen mostly often. AJ is next to pass Dewell. Also another driver that had a drive-through penalty in the early parts of the race due to jump in the start. Caused a chain reaction with only one driver though, fortunately for them. Jeroen Visser has overtaken Faxland. Oh, go side by side, they both make contact, but not a place you expect to overtake there. And here comes Faxland, well, Jeroen Visser, and Jeroen Visser has overtaken Faxland for P7. Ooh, and here comes Louis Ladd.
Falls back even more. Krishna's gonna go past Dewell as well. Oh, he breaks very late. Don't get into the side of AJ. But Dewell might drop out of the points.
He is out of the points.
No, I think they changed the point system to top 15.
Just like MotoGP. Hey, Bob here goes down the inside. Oh, big contacts with Dewell. Oh. Panda goes down the inside of J Law. They both go side by side.
It's so tight.
And here comes the racing point, still around the outside, and that racing point of Ferg is the driver that made a mistake.
Oh, Jeroen Visser, he's got damage. He's got damage.
Jeroen, what happened to you?
Oh, he's gonna fall back even more than Dewell. He's got even more on the steer.
Here comes J Law as well.
Oh my God, J Law, he's gonna get them both.
Oh dear, look at that. Oh my God,
it's 4 wide. It's 4 wide. Panda was on the outside as well. Oh, and Jeroen losing so many places now. It's gone downhill for him.
And Dewell's lost another place to J Law, and there's Panda.
Yeah, and he's gonna get overtaken by his teammate as well. What a disastrous race for Dewell.
Might as well pit a go for the fastest lap.
Yeah.
So Harvey Lees, here comes Harvey Lees.
Gonna make it stick. Yes, he does. Nemo won't fight it.
Harvey Lees could win this race.
Arguably the fastest driver of the day is gonna go after Indian Jesus, and it's gonna be a total sprint till the finish line.
I can't wait for this. Who's gonna win? Is it gonna be Indian Jesus? Harvey, remember last season he won the first race of the season. Can he do it again this season?
Seems to be a bit of a masterclass from him that he's gonna win the first race of the season every season, it seems.
But he needs to continue with that consistency. And Dewell and Jeroen Visser in the pits. He didn't change his front wing. Jeroen Visser, the team didn't change his front wing.
Oh no, But that's not the smartest thing you could have done. Harv, 2 seconds. Oh, he's almost in the DRS.
He can't afford to make a mistake. Harvey Lees tends to make. Oh, Nathan's down the inside of Very.
And yes, P5 for Nathan, which will be a very respectable result for his first race with no ABS. It's an achievement, of course. And Jesus has no ERS. He's using it all. But same goes for Harv and Animo, to be fair. None of them have anything to work with.
It's just down to raw pace now, isn't it?
Yeah. And Indian Jesus seems to have quite a bit of it.
Louis lad, is he in a place to make a move? Nope.
Harv is gaining time.
1.8 seconds now is the gap.
He's got 4 laps. Once he's in the DRS, it will be quite easy to gain that last second. It's just this second which he's gonna have to gain is gonna be very hard and very tough for him. He's gonna have to demand all his concentration.
No mistakes from here now in. No mistakes whatsoever, and he's full concentration. Forget about Inema behind him because they're both on the same ERS. Just push, full push to the end. No penalties either from the top 3. Adam Dixon is the one that's got penalties down in 4th place, but that'll get removed.
He can remove it.
Oh, a bit of a mistake from Adam Dixon coming out of turn 10. Needs to be careful not to do that again. Cost him crucial time, that could. Baconi, you would have won the race with your eyes shut, says Kuhn.
1.8, 1.7. It's gained about 3/10, so it's gonna be down to maybe the final lap.
And Indian Jesus just wearing a lot of ERS, that's his disadvantage, you just can't save any ERS.
Yeah. Oh, it's getting tight.
There's a Ferrari coming out of the pits.
Jeroen, now, I think he now fixed this problem.
He'll go for the fastest lap for sure. Vaxlander's overtaking Very, down into turn 1, they both go side by side. Oh, contact's been made.
Louis lad. Lap 1 he had a driver who is now back up into P8, did lose the car a bit. AJ as well into P10, they made a pretty good comeback. Harv, 1.4.
Can he win the first race of the season? I don't know if Harvey Lees.
Jesus must be feeling the pressure now. He must be feeling the pressure.
I don't know if Harvey Lees knows about Indian Jesus' race style, but he must know about his ERS status. Indian Jesus just uses it whenever he has it, basically.
Yeah, Harvey's saving it up a bit more efficiently.
Gains in the first set, I believe. Does Harvey Lees?
If Harvey is in the DRS of Indian Jesus is gonna be in big trouble, as Harvey has got the ERS to overtake him. But Harvey's gonna have to get into the DRS. He's only got 2 laps of it to do it. Only 2 laps.
Here comes AJ on the back of the Williams as they both go into the last corner together, and down the inside he goes. Nice move from him. And Hamilton's under pressure from Krishna behind him. As Adam Dix has been overtaken by Nathan. There he is, up into 4th place he goes.
A bit deep into the first corner, Harvey.
Oh, he almost crashed into the back of him. And AJ still under pressure from Alex behind him. And Very's lost the place to his teammate. He almost hit the back of Faxline by breaking a bit too late. As Animo's caught up to Harvey. They're both fighting for the win. Come on, Harvey, come on, there you go.
He's gonna have to catch up a bit more. He's gonna have to pull off a bit more.
Oh, the massive pressure is Harvey.
1.2.
What can Harvey do in these last few races? Oh. Apologies about that. Actually, yeah, something's happened.
.1.
It's getting so close.
He's not gonna get it for the final lap. Animo's maybe gonna ever tried Harvey? I think he will. He's using everything he's got at the moment. Animo. He's gonna try to get past Harvey. He might be able to with the DRS. Oh, it's gonna be close. This is not what Harvey needs. I think Harvey's in the DRS though. No, he's just not.
I don't know if he made a mistake when out of turn 2, so we can't quite tell with this gearbox
he had
glitch.
a bit of a bad traction. Nemo. Oh.
In the background we see a Renault versus Alfa Romeo as Nemo tries to go around the outside but he can't. Harvey might have covered second place.
That's gonna give Indian Jesus the win. That's gonna give Indian Jesus the win. That's fighting. Although Indian Jesus did make a bit of a mistake in that S, but Indian Jesus has enough. He's gonna have enough.
German driver on course to win the first race of the season. It's unbelievable. He started P18 on the grid, I think. Was it P18?
Yeah, P18. P18, yeah.
He started P18 on the grid and now he finds himself leading the race in first place.
And now Harvey's winning 1 second. Just a lap too late.
He might be frustrated with that one while Harvey leaves.
Well, P2 is not too bad, but could have been P1, of course.
And Jeroen Visser, I think he's going for the fastest lap because he's just overtaken Nemo, so he's going for the fastest lap, is him. And he's in the DRS range, but it's a bit too late for Harvey leaves. Unless Indian Jesus makes a mistake, which I don't think he will. No, he doesn't. And here we go then. Indian Jesus will win the opening round of the season ahead of Harvey leaves. Nemo will finish in third place. Jeroen Visser takes the fastest lap. Nathan will finish in fourth place. Paxline will finish in 5th due to Adam Dixon's penalty. And he will drop down the order.
AJ with that drive-through in lap 1.
AJ finishes in P6 despite that drive-through like Jogovic just said. Louis Ladd in P9, what could have been if he didn't have that drive-through penalty. Ferg finishes in 13th after a drive-through penalty under the safety car. And we're waiting for Steiny and Duval to finish their race. Duval all went downhill for him in the after the safety car period. Steiny will finish P17, Duval will finish P18. I'll invite the drivers to the party. Jesus, what party are we in, mate? Right, I've done it right this time, and I'm just waiting for everybody to join the party.
Oh, fuck, mate. So close.
Waiting for one more driver, which is Harvey. Always the last one to join the party. Oh, come on, Harvey. He's definitely got an invite. He's not joining, so we'll go to an email. Congratulations on P3. You just showed your side of frustration there in the party, but how do you feel? Do you think you could have gone different in your race?
Yeah, the safety car fucked me a bit, so yeah. Finally the safety car didn't go my way, so yeah, a bit annoying, because I was keeping good pace behind the Ferg and on the hards, so, and when the safety car came it just had so much traffic to get through, but got very lucky in the corner and got up to Duval and overtook him, and so close in the final laps. 50-50, man. There wasn't much more I could have done.
You pitted on the safety car, and the other drivers that did not pit, they got ahead of you. Were you a bit nervous about Indian Jesus pulling away?
I didn't really think about that. I just thought about getting the most points after the safety car. I think it was the best strategy to pit. Yeah.
When you were in second place behind Indian Jesus, do you think you could have the win?
Yeah, it was on my mind, but 3 seconds to catch, and saw Harvey get close behind me, and we start battling, and then yeah, I thought. What was your grabs today?
What was your plan when Harvey took you? Was it stay behind him and recharge the battery for the ERS and attack him again?
Yeah, because I used a lot of ERS to overtake all the other cars, so just tried to get some more energy and tried to overtake him on the last laps. Almost happened, but yeah, just broke a little bit later than me.
Well, P3 is still a good result, especially for the first round of the season. You're known for the podiums, and you've got another podium in your hands. So, first race this season, what was you expected qualifying heading into the race?
I think that was my best qualifying lap for Bahrain, so I was quite happy about it, and I got a nice start. It was a bit weird of a start, but yeah.
The way
happy for my race today.
When you saw those two drivers get past you, was you tempted to go, or did you know that? Was it so tempted to go because it was that? Well, how do you describe it? Instant reaction. You don't think about it.
My first thought was there was a glitch, so they didn't get a penalty. But yeah, I was just millimeters from going, but luckily I didn't. So
I bet you were desperate to overtake those guys, but after the safety car came in.
Yeah, man, so annoying, but got a nice overtake with on 3 cars, I think, on the second DRS zone, so that was pretty good. So yeah, pretty happy about my race today.
Well, if you're happy about it, then that's good. P3 is always good for the start of the season. Hopefully you can fight for more podiums or wins.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, good job, mate. Well done, mate. Moving on to Indian Jesus, because Harvey's not in the pie. Indian. Oh, sorry about that. Harvey Lees. Congratulations on P2. Did you, in the last moments of the race, was your heart absolutely pounding knowing you could have won the race? Yes. I like that word. Sustainable. After the safety car, you got pushed further down the field, didn't you? Yes. Oh, Harvey. We can't hear you, mate. Can you turn your voice on, please? It's okay. You can go in, you can go into settings and change it to shared. Oh, alright. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Indian, congratulations on the win, mate. Mate, you started in P18. You're in a massive DRS train in the whole race. Was you expecting any win at all today? Wait, before you start speaking, I need to invite Harvey to the party. So, right. So here, off you go, Indian.
Sorry. Go on. You go.
What question did I ask? Oh yeah, you tried to go down the inside, but you backed out because it was a tight corner, and Du will hit you up the back there.
Yeah. So sorry about that. So I got a really good start, and then because there was a bit of hesitation I backed off, and everyone behind me went straight into my back, and I accidentally gave Du Will a little bit of damage, and then everyone overtook me. So I was like, I just got to keep it calm, and then just managed to just fight my way through the field because I know I had faster tyres.
In the first part of the race, your pace seemed really well because you overtook Nathan and somebody else in the early stage of the race. So were you happy with your soft pace?
Yeah, I was happy up until I had a little bit of a moment behind Nemo and Nathan got me back. But then I pitted and I saw everyone going on the hard and I was like, oh, I think I might have. I know that I think you questioned my strategy. Someone said, but
I did.
I guessed that there was going to be a safety car anyway, and
that's what I said.
I don't know. I feel like I had nothing to lose. So the faster, like going on faster tyres, overtake, and hoping for a safety car was a bit better, and it played off.
It's the first race of the season, mate, and you finished P2. First race of the season last year, you finished P1, but
yeah.
Do you think this season could be much better for you?
Well, I'm actually kind of happy that I didn't win because I feel like it's a curse if I win the first race of the season and then I just go downhill from then. So at least I can still improve.
In qualifying, you were 3/10 up on your personal best. Tell us how you felt through there when you validated it.
Yeah, so I know I had the pace to get pole because I was third and I was only a 10th off, and I knew I had time to improve. And I went through the first, coming up to the big long death curb.
Yeah.
I saw that was three. I looked. I expected maybe like a 10th, maybe even less. I saw 3/10, and I was like, oh! I proper got scared. My heart started racing. And I'm usually really good at that corner, but I went way too deep, way too wide, and I should have just backed off and maybe kept a 10th, but I just pushed too hard. But I wasn't really too bothered. I was annoyed at myself, but I knew I had to get my head down and just do it in the race because that's where it matters, really.
I reckon you had the pace to win the race today because your pace was absolutely stunning throughout the whole entire race. So unlucky not to get. Well, you said you didn't want the win, but the win's always better. But
yeah, I did really.
Question for Nemo: How do you think you're going to be? How do you think you're going to perform in the Russian Grand Prix?
Is that the next race?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hate the Russian Grand Prix, so let's see. I think
Harvey leaves.
Practicing.
How do you think you're going to perform in the Indian Russian Grand Prix?
Russia.
Yeah.
It's not my favourite, but I don't know. I think it'll be alright, to be honest. It's a decent track on one lap. Obviously in real life people think it's boring, but I don't know. It's alright.
Hope good luck for there, Harvey.
Thank you.
Moving on to Indian Gs, mate. Start P18. Did you at all think today you could win the race or get in the points? point system like MotoGP in real life? Because people get points in P15, so just wondering. You were stuck in the DRS train for quite a long time. Tell us how it felt in that midfield trade. I got some advice for you, Indian G's, because it could be better for you in the future. Don't use your ERS at once. You need to save some throughout the whole of the race. You need to conserve it and use it when you have to use it only. Oh.
You did really well, mate.
Wait, boys. Indian Jesus, your voice is not allowed to be shared. I'm so sorry.
Oh shit, come on.
So go to party settings and make sure your voice is allowed to be shared. I need to...
Quickly, Jamie, can I ask, how many people were watching live?
Well, the maximum we had was 20 at a time, then it went down. So we had 12 people watching the race at a time.
They can probably hear me right. So
Yeah.
I enabled sharing.
I think they can hear you now. Do you want to repeat everything you said?
I can just summarize it. So basically, I was stuck in a DRS train, which was kind of frustrating in the first stint, but I knew I had to wait my turn. There was no point pushing really, and luckily the safety came at the right time for me, since I could just pit at the exact pit window for me for the mediums. And since I came out in P3, map P3, I knew the win was on the board for me, and I had to be aggressive afterwards though, with Faxland and Adam Dixon, I think it was. Because, they were on the hards, I was on the mediums, so I had to push. And afterwards, I really tried everything to be consistent and, just use all my ERS, all my fuel to keep Harvey and Nemo out of my DRS, because that would have been, kind of game over if they'd gotten into it.
Interesting, Indian Jesus. How do you think you could perform at Russia?
Honestly, today was a reality check for me, because, qualifying P18, and I think my lap wasn't horrible. It just showed me how competitive this field is, this league is, and honestly, I'm gonna be happy getting points in Russia, because there's some very good drivers in this league.
Well, tell us how your qualifying went. Did you make a few mistakes in qualifying, Q1? Do you think you could have got out Q1?
So first off, I'm not on my usual setup right now, so I don't want to use this as an excuse, but I think that hindered me a bit in qualifying, and I did not practice. But I didn't really make mistakes in my first lap. It was just a normal qualifying lap, and then in the second lap I was up on my time. Then I made one or two mistakes, and I was down in the end, and yeah, that was that. 2 laps and game over.
Very interesting. Thank you for you all joining, and everybody in the stream. Thank you for the top 3 joining the podium interviews. Thank you for Yoko for commentating with me. Congratulations, Indian Jesus.
Thank you, mate.
Harvey Lees and Animu. It's okay.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks for commentating. Congrats, Jesus, and congrats, Nima.
Thank you,
GG,
Harvey.
guys.
You, mate.
Good racing, and thanks for the comms.
Thank
Bye,
you,
guys.
Indian. Thank you.
See you next week.
See you next.